Hey guys, so it is Tuesday, the last Tuesday of August, and I have made some changes in my schedule. So many of you know, if you've been watching my last couple of videos, that I've actually made some changes to which book I'm working on. Instead of trying to force book 12 of my Shadow Demon Saga to come together, which I've been trying to do for the past year under a lot of stress, I have decided to take some of the pressure off of that project and return to an older project called The Disappearance of Vanessa and just treat it as something fun that my muse can play around and enjoy and just get back into the flow of writing. So I'm not putting book 12 entirely aside. I'm still keeping touch with it, writing out notes, continuing to sort of edit and play with the stuff that I have certain days of the week. But Tuesday is a day where I have basically given my muse permission to play with The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw all day. And I have to tell you, this is helping my mental health so much to be able to wake up on Tuesdays and just say, oh, today's a day that I just get to do nothing but write and work on this story. So I have put my backpack together and I'm about to head out. I think I'm going to go to Panera. We have a couple of nice local coffee shops as well, but I think I want to go get some lunch today. And I'm going to sit there from about noon, probably by the time I get there, until about 3 when I go to pick up my son. So I'll get 3 full hours to eat and just enjoy the story. So I did already touch base with the story some this morning. And even though Tuesdays are supposed to be writing only, we have HB90 boot camp coming up on September 11th. And so I did have a few things to do for that. So it's all fun work, but I am ready to just go and play with the story. I have 20,000 words of it that is printed out that I'm going to be going through and sort of editing and see what parts of it I can use. I'm also going to be working a little bit on plotting, and I'm going to try to just touch base with my main character and do a little bit of writing today. So it's a lot to do in 3 hours, but I can't even tell you how excited I am to do it. So let me show you what I'm taking and let's get going. So this is my favorite backpack. It is a Jujubee backpack, which means that it's really a diaper bag, but it's Hello Kitty and Tokidoki collab, and it's my favorite backpack to take. I've got 2 side pockets where I can have my phones, and I've got this camera that I have in my hand right now. I have my keys in here, my wallet, and just to kind of show you, inside I have my plotting notebook, my pen case, and just all of my iPad accessories and everything. And I also have my earbuds so that I can just go. I tend to, when I start to go out, I tend to take more stuff than I actually need. So this backpack is super heavy, but I'm excited to be able to take it with me. I'm also going to take a hoodie, even though I'm living in Texas now and it is August. It is a little bit rainy outside and I find that it's cold in Panera, and I'm going to take my hat because it's supposed to rain today. So I'm just going to take this with me, and I'm going to say goodbye to the fam and head out. Okay, so I'm home. I've been hanging out with the kids for a bit. Let's talk about how I did on this little bit of a writing afternoon. So I did spend quite a bit of time going back through the chapters that I had previously and writing out new thoughts about each of the characters, because this book is really going to heavily rely on each of these characters and the secrets that they were keeping, because the tagline for this book is everyone had a reason to want Vanessa gone, including me. And Vanessa is disappeared. So nobody knows exactly what happened to her. And I think it's going to be really fun, but it's really going to be pivotal to make sure that everybody has a secret. Everybody seems to have a motive. Yeah, just a second. To have wanted Vanessa dead or to have her disappear. And so who done it? Basically. And so it's fun to kind of go through that. I had already plotted some of this out, but of course, since it's been a few years since I've touched this story, things are changing. I read a couple of books previously when I was kind of starting my earlier journey about writing mysteries, and I will link those books down below that I found most helpful. And one of the biggest tips that I got about writing mysteries is to plot them backwards to where you, the author, figure out who done it, why they did it, what the motives are, and what the circumstances were behind it. And then kind of reverse engineer the story based on the truth. You sort of back into your story from that final reveal. So you figure out what the truth is. Then you figure out how your detective or whoever is figuring things out, whoever's sleuthing in the story, whether they're an actual detective or just a teenage girl trying to find the truth. And you sort of figure out how they go from the beginning of the story to figuring out what really happened. So the investigation. I can talk more about what that it looks like for me, but basically the way that I've really thought about this, I've written a lot of mysteries because most of my Shadow Demon stories are based in mystery, even though they're young adult fantasy and they're paranormal and they have witches and things like that. It's the core of the story is technically a mystery. Like the very first book is basically about who killed Tori Fairchild and like what really happened there. So I have a lot of experience writing stories that are mystery in shape. And this story is going to be a little bit different because it's not going to carry on as a series. And so this will be probably the first like true standalone I've ever written. And I have a little bit of nerves about that because I'm so used to, okay, we got to also plant things in that will come into later stories. So it's going to be a new thing for me to actually complete a story and have it have the full like truth and resonance in one single book. So I'm looking forward to the challenge and I'm excited to sort of figure out the mystery. Hey everybody. So I was editing the video today and realized that that's where I stopped because Evie was literally, you guys couldn't see it, but she was like hanging on my leg, mommy, mommy, because she hadn't seen me much all day. And so I never went back and finished the vlog. So this is a perfect time to kind of update you on how things have been going over the past week that I've been working on the book. So I have at this point, so during that Panera session, I wrote about 560 words, which was pretty good because I was also, as you could see there, going through edits of the first 20,000 or so words that I had written previously. A lot of it is in good shape and I feel like I can keep it. And some of it is going to change a little bit because I originally had Vanessa's point of view in the past and Lorelai, who's kind of the main narrator of the story in the present. And it just isn't going to work to have Vanessa's point of view so early in the story telling about the past because Vanessa has too many secrets and I can't reveal those. So instead, I have this wall of characters here that I am going to be filling out today. I've done a lot of sheets for like a full front and back sheet about each one of the characters that are in the book. And so I'm going to start putting some of their character arc and their secrets and everything up on this wall today, which I'm pretty excited about. And since last Tuesday, I have written another 1,250 or so words, and I've finished going through the edits of that 20,000. So it has definitely been helpful for me to have that one full day a week of nothing but writing, because I think what I was trying to do in the past was really just do a little bit of writing every day, 9 to 11. 11 or 9 to 10 a.m., try to get a couple of sprints in. But what was happening was I had so much else going on throughout the day. I had email sequences to figure out. I was in constant contact with my operations manager. Got to get this blog post up, got to get this affiliate link going. We got to update these books. And there's just always so much going on that without a dedicated full day, I was sitting down to write in the morning, but in the back of my mind was this running to-do list of all the other things that had to get done. And a lot of those things that have to get done are things that are time sensitive. Whereas technically, even though I haven't released a book in 2022, which makes me very sad, technically the books don't have a set deadline. I don't have a pre-order up for them. I don't have any kind of external deadline other than the constant fear that my fans are getting more and more frustrated with me, which I know is true. So when it comes to things like got to get this video up or got to get HB90 ready to go or the planner needs to go up on Etsy, all of those things have a time deadline. And so sometimes they take priority when it comes to getting stuff done. And I just had this realization after several rounds of HB90 bootcamp and all the things that I do to plan my life that it's never going to just spontaneously change unless I decide to make a change. And so even though we're not quite to Q4 yet, this is a change that I am experimenting with and trying out to where I can at least have 1 to 2 days a week that are nothing but writing so that I can just push everything else aside and I can wake up first thing that morning, get myself into a mood and a mode of today is a writing day and I'm going to get as much accomplished as I can, but I have nothing else to do. And I haven't even fully been able to step into that because we do have some other things that have been needing to get done in the mornings on Tuesdays, but I am going to continue to work towards that. And this brings up just another point that's been on my mind a little bit, which is the fact that sometimes when we decide we want to make a change, like I want Tuesdays to be an all-day writing day, we expect ourselves to go from where we are now to that instant change. Like I want to start eating this way, or I want to start writing this much every day. And we expect ourselves to just make the commitment and then tomorrow it begins and we follow through 100%. And I think that that's where a lot of problems come in if you are someone like me who tends to be all or nothing thinking when it comes to some of that stuff, because it doesn't have to be that all day Tuesday ends up being just for writing and I do nothing else or I'm a failure. It can also be that over the course of the next few Tuesdays, as I begin to make this shift, I am transitioning and I'm doing the best I can and I'm spending more time writing than I ever have before. And I know that over the course of a month, I'm working toward the goal of having Tuesdays for nothing but writing. And I think that giving yourself that little bit of leeway, that transition time, recommitment over and over, rather than saying, I'm going to dedicate myself today. And then if I fail forever. Saying, I'm going to dedicate myself today and tomorrow and every Tuesday coming up, I'm going to work toward this being a writing day, and giving myself that grace has been really helpful. And so I'm excited for the future. I'm excited about the story. I have started to see just in the past few weeks of making the shift to a new story, taking the pressure of book 12 off my shoulders, and really getting into the mystery of things and reading more and watching mystery style, like things that kind of inspire me, playing video games that inspire me toward this type of book. I'm already starting to feel so much more joyful, so much happier, so much freer, and the ideas are starting to flow again. And that's the important thing. So I'm ready to start planning for Q4 because I feel like it's going to be a game changer for me in my joy for writing, in my productivity when it comes to writing. So if you are excited for Q4 too, don't forget that we have the HB90 Bootcamp coming up this Sunday. We start on Sunday. Even though Q4 doesn't start until October, we're going to go ahead and get that plan solidified and get ready and sort of ease into a brand new quarter, which is going to be hopefully the very best quarter of 2023. We already have over 150 students enrolled in the class, and I would love to have you with us. It's such a family, the HB90 community, and I would love to see you in there. So the details for that will be down below. And hopefully, if you guys enjoyed this kind of brief writing vlog, you will see more of that coming up. We do have Preptober coming up, which is going to be a lot about planning your novel and getting your ideas and stuff together. But then November is back to daily vlogs, and I'm really excited about that. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this and want to see more writing updates as I go. And I will see you guys either in HB90 on Sunday, or I will see you in next week's video. Bye.